It really, I think, is very important for this country, for the sport in general, and to be brought in style with such big stars as we have here tonight. And they've done us proud, haven't they? They really have given us a great show. Can we give them all a very big hand just to start with? Because thank you so much. It's both the sponsors and the riders have really treated us proud tonight, without a shadow of a doubt. Well, Adelinde, it's been a roller coaster of a year for you, hasn't it, really? But it's really come back on song in the last couple of months. Tonight, is that one of the best freestyles he's done this year?
It's definitely one of the most relaxed ones, which is for me very important. Of course, it was a bit easier for me that Laura was ahead of me. I had a good draw. And for me, the most important thing was to get him relaxed, and I didn't have to take all the risks, and therefore a little bit more relaxed was easier for me.
And then I know one doesn't have to go back, but I mean, obviously, Kentucky was one of those nights one gets over and goes on and everything else. Yeah. Did that make you more determined than ever to come out and just show, once again, just how good he is?
Not more determined, but yeah, sure. I've always been determined to show how good he is, so still am.
Good. And what's the programme from now on?
I'm going to do the shows in Holland, of course, Amsterdam and Sertogenbosch.
Has a bit of a break now?
Sorry?
Has a bit of a break now?
Yeah, well, Amsterdam is already half of January, so it's
not much.
Not much of a break. Christmas, but that's it.
Yeah. And Laura, you obviously you said last night that Alf can get strong. Tonight was strong.
Yeah, it was a little bit tricky for Alf. He's not really made for the World Cup season, for the big indoor atmospheres and loud music and things. So, you know, he did some fantastic work, but unfortunately there was a couple of little things that definitely would have brought the mark down. When he sort of stopped and was not as attentive or as with me as he needs to be. And yeah, basically the relaxation was definitely missing tonight for me to be able to pull off a polish test. And so it wasn't quite enough today, but I certainly won't be disappointed for my year.
But no, absolutely, and I think the crowd said it all really for all the success you had. It was wonderful to have you here. Just to thank you for giving the pleasure that you have with the tremendous results you've had. It's been fantastic. Well done.
Thank you.
Now, Edward, for you, well done. Lovely to see you with another horse now, featuring again. But it must be very difficult for you. May I ask you to pick up the pieces after that wonderful horse? It must be quite difficult.
Yes, of course it's difficult, and but I have some good horses, and sister's really nice. Okay, she can be quite difficult in such an arena like this, and I think she did really good. Okay, the walk was a little bit like a finger cry, a little bit tensed. But yeah, we have to go on, and I'm happy, I'm lucky that I still have some more horses, so I can still keep on riding, and also with good results. So yeah, today I was happy with her, and I know she can do even better, and yeah, even much better, but it will take some time before she will settle down.
I'm sure Edward Gal without a top horse is something that won't happen, so I'm sure we'll see you for a long time, Edward. It's great to have you back here, really, as you set new standards for the sport, and it's tremendous for the crowd to see you here again. Thank you very much. Now, before I go to Tron and also Andrew as president tonight, what about you of the press? Have you any questions for our riders first?
Yes, Laura, you probably already half answered this question, but will you be doing any other World Cup qualifiers for the rest of the season? Are you not particularly aiming for the final or not? No.
Not without, no.
Well, with another horse then?
I haven't quite decided whether I'll take Andretti to the odd thing, but I haven't got big plans for the World Cup. I'm sort of taking the winter easy and concentrating on my youngsters at home.
Sure.
Yes?
Laura, were you surprised to have such a great score despite some mistakes today?
Not too surprised, because I know that he does a lot of
He does a lot of things for sort of top scores. And he can afford, in a freestyle you can afford the odd mistake, because obviously you can redo things which obviously the Grand Prix or the Special you can't do. So if you have a little mistake or one of the piafs doesn't come off but the others are really good, you can get away with it, which is why the freestyles are fun to ride. But I mean, with a horse like Alf, even with a few mistakes, you can still get a good mark, so I wasn't too surprised, but I was fairly sure it wouldn't be enough to beat Adelinde tonight.
Any more questions?
Do you know what it was that made him back off in the Piat?
Well, I think, if I'm not wrong, there's a new camera on the short side that wasn't there yesterday. And although he's not usually spooky if you've seen everything, I think, especially combined with the atmosphere, and last night it was quite a quiet arena, and tonight it's obviously a completely different arena. So for Alf, that can be the tipping point anyway. And it's a pretty electric atmosphere, which is what makes Olympia Olympia. So I mean, it's still a great pleasure to ride in there, but for Alf it can be a bit much.
Andrew, perhaps I can come to you now. The standard of dressage has gone up and up and up. Tonight again been another brilliant night as far as bringing the world's best to London.
Well, it's fantastic. It's a privilege to judge horses of this calibre, and it's even more special to be able to judge them in this country and in London and at Christmas time. And it all comes together, I think, to create a wonderful atmosphere. Now that atmosphere comes with a price in terms of creating a tension for some horses, but it is a wonderful event. And I've been here 2 days, and to be able to use the range of the marks and give as many high marks as we have, it's wonderful. And a fantastic privilege, as I mentioned.
I think I'm right in saying there were a number of 10s yesterday.
Well, I know I gave quite a number of 10s yesterday, and
today?
I was delighted to do so. Not today, no. Plenty of 9s, not quite the 10s. Though I don't begrudge the 10s, but they just happen, or they don't.
Yeah. And Troy, can I come to you, if I may, if we can pass the mic down there. This new series with such a luxurious and glamorous sponsor now, dressage seems to be going up and up and up and up. Is that how you see it?
Yes, it's true. I think there are many signs of that. I think it started really here in England last summer with Windsor, where dressage was the only sold-out performance for the European Championship, which was quite nice to know. It was also the first sold-out performance in Kentucky for the World Championship, for the World Equestrian Games. So it's absolutely clear that it's in a very positive trend with the dressage now. And I think when we got Wimacra in as a sponsor, it's also a good sign of the attractiveness of dressage as it is now, and hopefully for the years to come.
Lisa, would you like to say anything about your visit to London as far as Wimacra is concerned?
Oh, well, we've been so touched by how beautiful and welcoming everyone has been, and how wonderful it is to be a part of such a very glorious evening such as this. It's elegant and it's very sophisticated, and the caliber of the championship is top notch, so it's just been thrilling.
Good, it's been great having you here. Thank you very much indeed. Now, any more questions from the press to any of our... Okay.
Can I just ask, Andrew, could you just comment on Adelinde's test? What, you most liked about it?
Many aspects. It was a very whole picture, in as much as, it was very complete. There were no issues. There was brilliance in the test, and it was like a dance performance. The music is lovely. We saw great expression and tremendous athleticism with the horse of this calibre. He eats up the arena in his half passes and his extensions, and it was wonderful. And I find the music particularly attractive, and it was a very, very lovely performance. Well done.
Adelinde, can I ask you, your music, is that something that you have now used with Pastoral for a year or two?
No, I've changed in between a couple of times actually. I think this one I have since the World Cup finals last year. So I've only ridden like 5 or 6 times, I guess. I don't know. I planned on riding it in Kentucky, but I missed out on that. But yeah, it's Tchaikovsky. It's one.
It certainly is a very moving piece of music and a very moving test. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, can we give them another round of applause? It's been a great night for Bechtolsheimer and Edward. Thank you very much indeed to all of you. If there are no more questions, then I think we'll...